Hello, and welcome to the Creative Mindset Podcast. This show is about life, creativity, and business. Every episode is about one of these three. My name is Isolde Trachtenberg, and I want to help you live in your creative mindset where anything is possible and you can achieve great things. Today's creative life has been a bit of a challenge, I'll be honest. I was going to make today's post about perseverance, about sticking to your guns. And as part of that, I got curious about what sticking to your guns means. And it used to be a command given to sailors to stay at their post even if their ships were attacked. So I, who am a pretty much non-violent person, decry that. I don't want that to be part of my lexicon as far as the words I use. And it makes me think about the malleability and the fluidity of language. A couple of years ago, I realized that I no longer wanted to use animal metaphors in my speech. In other words, a lot of our sayings that we don't even think about are very violent towards animals. So, for example, kill two birds with one stone. That scares me and terrifies me, and I dislike it. And so I changed that. Instead of kill two birds with one stone, I now pet two cats with one hand. And another one is I don't have a dog in this fight, which means I'm not interested in I don't have an interest in this, a stake in it, if you will. And so I changed that to I don't have a chili in this cook-off. I don't have a pie in this contest also works. So there are a fair number of these that I have created over the years, and it's because I really believe that how we say things and what we say, we internalize. And not only that, but we emphasize and we press into the way we say what we say. And full disclosure, I'm vegan and have been for some time, and I believe in being as cruelty-free as possible. So I look at that kind of language is something I want to change for myself. And what's really fun is many of my friends have started saying, I don't have a chili in this cook-off too, instead of I don't have a dog in this fight, or I don't have a horse in this race. Any one of those things, they're violent images, and the metaphors aren't something that I want to be pursuing. So I think as part of being a creative being, why not take advantage of the fluidity of language? And so many of our idioms come from violent images, and so many metaphors come from atrocity and adversity. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Oh, my stars, right? So I think of it as there's more than one way to bake a pie. And the reason I find it important is because it's a power thing, right? I want to take power over how I speak and what I say. I want it to be on purpose and with purpose. And if you're a writer, I invite you and encourage you to do the same thing. And if you're not specifically trying to write novels or the Great American Story or whatever, instead, you are writing language for presentations or nonfiction or any kind of letters or emails or anything like that, take language into your own hands and be purposeful with it. It's a form of perseverance. And the same thing can be done with design. The same thing can be done with music and songwriting. Anything that we do that has something to do with language or incorporates language in some way, we can be purposeful with how we use it. We can decide that because words have meaning and because words have power, that we will only use them in a purposeful and really tolerant and fundamentally generous and kind way. If we do that, I think we can, on some level, begin to change the world. It starts with a small thing like, I don't have a chili in this cook-off, but it can grow into something bigger, and I love the idea of being part of that. So if you have one that you want to change, let me know. I'd love to hear it. And I'd love to give you a challenge. Come up with another way of saying, stick to your guns. Oh, and also one last one. You can't teach an old dog new tricks becomes You can't teach an old dancer new steps. How's that? Anyway, get in touch and let me know yours. I'm sending you all of my love.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the podcast if you're new, and please tell your friends about the community we're building here. Today's episode was produced by Isolde Trachtenberg and is copyright Isolde Trachtenberg 2019. Today's music was from Kevin MacLeod, Laser Groove, and Ave Marimba, brought to you by Creative Commons License 3.0. As always, please remember this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Past performance does not guarantee future results, although we can always hope. Until next time, I send you all of my love.